everybody. Welcome not to the Remix Morning Show, but to Burn It Down with Kim Brown, the Friday edition. Welcome all to the vertical and to the regular joint. I know we got people in the both of them, so I appreciate you guys making the time to join me. I got this Bob Villain blasting in the background. I love this song. It's called Humble as the Sun. I'm humble as the sun. The album went to 18, but they know I'm number one. I love this shit. It's in my lungs. But just think to burn down Babylon. I said I burn it down, I burn it down. Bob Villain, my new favorite band. Anyway, I'm glad you guys are here. I really had to get the molasses out of my ass, hence the 7:50 start time. So thanks again to all. So we're gonna run through a couple of things that I wanted to kick it off with some good fucking news. You guys want to hear some good news? I have been thirsting for some good fucking news out of this dystopian hellscape we find ourselves in. But no worries, 3-Eye Atlas will be here next Friday. 3-Eye Atlas, the 19th, you say? Okay, I got my 10,000 lumen flashlight ready on deck, ready to start flashing some signals in the sky. Indeed. But anyway, good news. So, as you guys know, on this platform, we have been following the saga of Kilmar Abrego Garcia. He is the El Salvadorian man who was here legally. I think he was here on an asylum claim. He was a resident of Maryland, more specifically Prince George's County. And several months ago, he was kidnapped by ICE agents on Route 1 on Baltimore Avenue, right there between Beltsville and College Park. And in the meantime, Mr. Abrego Garcia was deported to El Salvador. He was down at the CCOT, Supermax prison, facing unspeakable conditions. Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen traveled there to try to do something on his behalf, and the outcry worked. Mr. Abrego Garcia was sent back to the United States, but then he was charged federally with human trafficking in Tennessee, for which he still faces charges. But in the interim, he has been in ICE detention in Pennsylvania. But this week, a federal judge ruled for his immediate release, and he has been released. So I want us to take a quick listen to a clip from the press conference given by Kilmar and his support team outside of the Pennsylvania ICE Detention Center, where he was being held, just sitting there, right? Oh, by the way, the Trump administration had threatened to deport him to Costa Rica, which I think he and his legal team were initially okay with, but then the Trump administration changed their mind. I think they were trying to send him to Djibouti or South Sudan or somewhere in Africa, right? Where he is not from, nor are his family members from. So fuck the Trump administration, fuck Kristi Noem, fuck all of these pieces of shit. Kilmar Abrego Garcia is free. Let's go ahead and listen to the clip. We don't hear nothing.
Un hombre libre y siempre.
Read it back, please. Thank
Buenos
you.
días, mi nombre es Kilmar Abrego García.
Good morning. My name is Kilmar Abrego Garcia.
Estoy aquí como un hombre libre y siempre recuérdenme así, con la cabeza en alto.
I stand before you as a free man, and I want you to remember me this way, with my head held up high.
Hoy regreso con mucha gratitud y esperanza, con amor, que voy a entrar aquí y todo va a estar bien, confiando siempre en Dios, porque es el único que ha estado conmigo desde el día 1, incluyendo a mi familia.
I come here today with so much hope, and I thank God who has been with me since the start with my family.
Mi familia luchadora, incluyendo a mi pareja de vida, mi esposa Jennifer, que ella ha estado desde el día uno y siempre ha estado aquí, aunque no esté presente, ella yo la llevo en mi corazón y en mi alma.
I thank God for all of the freedom fighters He has put in my life, including my life partner and wife, Jennifer. Even though she is not here today, I know she is with me in spirit.
Y ahora estoy aquí de pie frente a ustedes y la lucha seguirá. Yo seguiré de pie, no le bajaré la cabeza a nadie. Siempre estaré de pie sobre todas las injusticias que ha hecho este gobierno.
I stand here today with my head held up high, and I will continue to fight and stand firm against all of the injustices this government has done upon me.
Buenos días, mi nombre es
Very poignant words from Mr. Abrego Garcia on the day of his release from ICE detention. Again, this has been a months long saga. And I just want you to imagine all the things that we know that he experienced times what, 75,000? That's how many people have been apprehended, kidnapped, placed into ICE detention since Trump has regained power. And unfortunately, this fight isn't over for Kilmar. He still faces these human trafficking charges. The Trump administration initially, months ago, agreed to drop the charges or accept a guilty plea if he accepted deportation. And this man has been in this country for a while. He has a family, he has a wife, he has children. One of his children is special needs, and they need their dad. Like there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. He came here. I think he was an apprentice journeyman, so he is here as a very skilled worker. Allegedly, things that this country supposedly needs, and this insistence, this malicious prosecution by the Trump administration to try to make sure that he was punished twofold, threefold, fourfold, simply because he fought and wanted to make a stand to preserve the life that he had created with his wife here in the United States. So reports indicate that he is already back in Maryland, reunited with his family. I can imagine this is probably the first time he slept in his bed, had a home cooked meal, maybe got some access to some medical care, because we know, again, the inhumane and deplorable conditions in which this country is deciding to hold detainees, many of whom are charged with absolutely nothing. Nothing. No matter how much the Trump administration thinks that if they say it enough times, well, if you're here illegally, you've broken the law. That's not true. That's a farce. That is a misrepresentation of the law. Being here with undocumented status is a civil offense. Civil. They have immigration court for all of that. But this is about ethnic cleansing the Trump administration way, right? To remove and eliminate as many non-white people. Did you hear this motherfucker Trump the other day in the White House? I should have pulled a clip, but I didn't, because he's gross. And he wasn't being funny this time. I only pull Trump when he's being demented and unintentionally hilarious. But when he was going in about Somalians in particular, and then he was saying Sweden, Norway, Denmark, why don't you guys send us a few of your folks, eh? How come we can't get some of those good Nordic whites in here? Motherfucker, because America's the shithole country, you idiot. I'm certain Swedes, Danes, Norwegians shudder at the thought of becoming American citizens. For what? To come here and be a wage slave, to come here and not have true representative democracy, to come here and have to pay thousands of dollars monthly out of pocket simply to have access to health care. This is the shithole country, dipshit. A shithole country for a dipshit. It's a scary time, everybody. It is real. It is real in the field. Like, the white supremacy is unmasked, the white nationalism unmasked. It's naked and it can be violent. And we should be prepared for all of that. So, if you or anybody that you know has shaky documented status or undocumented status, make sure that they know their rights, make sure that they have their affairs together. There's so many sad stories of people being snatched out of their vehicles. Again, Kilmar Abrego Garcia was snatched with his family in the car, which is also terrible. But imagine for the folks that are driving solo in their vehicles and they are stolen off the street with their belongings. A lot of times, unfortunately, people have left their lunches, just as an indication of the everyday nature of the people that are being snatched, the everyday working class folks who pack their lunch, who has their wallet, their keys, their cell phone, and all that stuff is left behind when the Gestapo come and thief them off the street. So make sure that your folks in your community not know their rights. If there's some community response teams active in your area, please disseminate their information far and wide, because this is really touching every corner of this country. Minneapolis, St. Paul, Kenner, and New Orleans, right? Charlotte, Raleigh Durham is still going down. I seen the bruv post a video locally. He said it all in Spanish. He said ICE was staging in Wheaton, that's Montgomery County, Maryland. It is real shit out here, everybody. So please head on a swivel and make sure that your people know their rights and they are protected as much as possible. Some more good news. Let me open my docs. Hold on. Open Google Docs. Speaking of fuckboy and girl ass Homeland Security, Cunty Gnome. You guys, aren't y'all shocked that nobody else has picked up Cunty Gnome? Like, it just fits. It's appropriate. I knew I had a winner with Cunty Gnome. I said, ooh, I'm gonna hear a lot of people stealing that. Nobody has stolen it. I surely cannot be the only person on the internet unafraid to call Christy Gnome Cunty Gnome. I'm shocked that hasn't been bit. Maybe it's not as good as I think it is. What do y'all think? No diss, chat, fire fam. I love y'all. I like Cunty Gnome. I'm sticking with it. It is a winner as far as I'm concerned. Fine. I will trademark that shit. I'll be the only one. So anyway, Cunty Gnome. I think she was in front of the House Oversight Committee. Now, you know, these white supremacists think that kneel before Zod. It's only kneel before Trump. They don't answer to anybody else. They don't take any sort of congressional oversight, you know, nicely. They don't like niggas asking them questions and shit. So, but in addition to that, Cunty Gnome's little statements were interrupted by brave protesters who were there in the gallery in Capitol Hill and let Cunty Gnome, a demon, know all about herself. And let me tell you guys, haven't I told you guys that the Trump administration, that I don't think Trump is the devil. I mean, again, you know, don't front on Satan. Satan bad motherfucker out here. Okay, now I'm just saying, I don't think Trump is the devil, but I definitely think that there are demonic and dark elements to this administration. And I definitely think Cunty Gnome, because you see her dead eyes. Y'all see her. I'm gonna put her up here in a second. But Cunty got the dead eyes. You know, Ice Clan, Ice Princess vibrations. Big demon energy. So I appreciated the nature of the protest, let's say, when the people interrupted her when she was saying whatever the fuck she was saying. Let's go ahead. Latif is pushing buttons, by the way, y'all. So big up to Latif. Latif, let's go ahead and check that clip, please. 2 clips, actually. Hold on. It's Cunty. And then the clip. Are we going to run them back to back, Latif? What would you prefer?
We're going to run them back to back.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So the first one is Cunty getting interrupted, her testimony. And then the second clip, you're going to see her exiting the House chamber and she is going to be greeted by protesters. Now, look at this bitch. All right. It's crazy to me when the Zionists talk about human shields and the way that these right wingers themselves will use innocence as human shields. Mute yourself, Latif. We can still hear you over here.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. Go ahead and run it. Go ahead and run the clips. Cunty. No.
Honored today to have my family with me. I'd like to introduce them to you.
Disruptions of congressional business is a violation of law, is a criminal offense under federal law. Audience members are advised to take their seats and maintain order. The chairman may now ask Capitol Police to remove and arrest the persons creating the disturbance.
Get ICE off our streets! Stop terrorizing your community! Get ICE off our streets! Stop terrorizing your community! Get ICE off our streets! Stop terrorizing your community!
I'm very privileged and honored today to have my family with me.
And someone who uses a baby as a political tool while taking babies away from the family. You cannot use a baby as a political tool while you take away the rights of families. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? You're holding a baby. How dare you? You're holding a child that's separate from their family. You're separating them. You're family. You should have shame. 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 You should know. I do know shame. You are concentration camps. You are the modern day SS. You don't think we stop us.
Shame on you, Christina.
Shame on you. Shame on you for making a baby as a hook. Shame on you. Shame on you for using babies as a separate family.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Sleep at
You
night.
can't use these babies as political toys.
Tell them your daddy, Christina.
And we love that. We love to see it. That scene with Homeland Secretary Cunty leaving the House chamber. By the way, that was her kind of leaving in a huff because she didn't like the heat of the questions, and at some point she just got up and left. Sorry, she just rolled out. She's like, I ain't gotta take this shit from y'all. And she didn't say that verbatim, but that was her vibration. But I personally think that she left because the power of Christ compels you, because the demons had been called out, and she couldn't take that energy that my guy was giving her with the whole frock and all that. You know what I'm saying? Again, we are not the only ones who recognize these folks as demons, as dark, as demonic, right? And again, not in the weak way that Trump calls it out, because Trump is just identifying himself when he says such things. But no, there's something pretty soulless there. And that scene of her, again, carrying this baby, which is supposed to be a relative of hers, her sister's baby, grandbaby, I don't fucking know. But bitch, if you're so worried about fucking political violence, you are going to put an infant between you and people who are yelling at you. Now, of course, we recognize, I think some of the protesters, they were part of Code Pink and probably some other organizations. They're not dangerous. They're not going to attack Kristi Noem. At the same time, who the fuck knows who all was out there? So if you think that you and members of your administration are under the threat of political violence, why would you put into literal danger an infant that is allegedly related to you? It reminded me of when Elon Musk, when he was still doing Doge, and he'd be coming to and fro the White House, and he'd have his little booger picking spawn. He'd have his little boy with him. That little 4-year-old. And I think it came out that Elon, the reason why he was rolling with the kids so much is because he was under death threats himself. Oh, so he was using his son, his little boy, as a human shield. Don't shoot me, shoot the boy. Don't hurt me, hurt the baby. Oh God. Obvious demon energy. Cunty Gnome, though, according to the political rags, they allege that she might be skating on thin ice, no pun intended. But I'm like, I'm not sure I see any evidence of that. Like there's all kinds of jokers in this administration. Number one, who should have never been chosen. They reverted back to the old school, you know, white cisgender firm of affirmative action, right? Like fucking DEI. Oh, y'all want to go back to the regular, the default version of affirmative action, white folks first and white folks only, and then white adjacent bootlickers like Cash App Patel and Little Marco. But Christy Hegseth, who else? Oh, so many. Linda McMahon, who else? Shonda, I just run the gamut. None of these people should be in their positions. And if the Democrats in Congress were really about it, impeach. You can impeach cabinet members. I think somebody, a House Democrat, has submitted articles of impeachment. Is it for Cunty or is it for Petey Weedy? Maybe. I think it was for Petey Weedy actually. But get on it, fucking Democrats. Y'all want to sit here and play, let me expose these Trump idiots in open congressional hearings as though that is some sort of victory or some sort of accomplishment. It doesn't do anything to stop the ongoing tyranny and outright recklessness of this administration. Like if you have any power, Congress, which Trump is proving that you don't. there are not three equal co-branches of government under the Trump administration. It's the executive on steroids, and that's it. So Congress should act like they got some nuts. Y'all should act like y'all got some nuts and at least submit the articles of impeachment, call the hearings, do everything that you can do, pull out the stops, and they're not doing it. They are putting all their eggs in the Epstein files basket, which is not very wise because it overplays. It's overestimating the amount of compassion that the American society has for victims of sexual abuse and violence and exploitation. And as much of a good game as people like to talk, the proof is in the pudding. I constantly see stories of regular everyday offenders, not rich and powerful people, who are being put through the system, being arrested, being charged for the umpteenth time because all their previous offenses against women and children weren't punished appropriately, weren't taken seriously, and this person was allowed to get out and reoffend and harm others again. So Epstein, clearly his friends were undeterred by his molestation conviction. Bill Clinton was like, nigga, when you getting out? we gonna get the girls. We gonna be on the island. We gonna do it up like old times. Ain't no thing. Y'all seen the new pictures again. All the shit coming out in drips and drabs. I find this all to be very boring. It really is. It's like, okay, yawn. Another picture of Epstein with Trump, with Bill Clinton, with Bill Gates, with Woody Allen. Yawn, fucking yawn. Yawn. Cancel him, kill him, or figure it the fuck out. Like, but another trove of picture. I don't give a fuck. Like this shit, you putting this shit on rinse, repeat again. Everybody knows. So what is going to be done about it? And we see what's going to be done about it. What has been done about it for the past 30 years? Barely any fucking thing. And I know, I don't know. I was gonna say I know MAGA is like, well, look at Bill Clinton. I don't give a fuck about Bill Clinton. I want them all gone. Get them all. Get every single one of them. Even Kamau Daddy, Noam Chomsky. Get Noam out of here. Even though Noam might be on the way out of here. But still, you understand? Like, we don't play favorites when it comes to pedophiles. I don't give a fuck what political party they're affiliated with. But America is such a sad and just morally bankrupt place that it's taken all of this evidence and all of these victims to say what happened to them, and still their abusers walk free. Wild times. Where am I going here next? Hold on. This might be a an express show.
We are going with the Blood Tribe next.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, Blood Tribe. Big shout out
Hey,
to our fam. Don't forget to hit that like button. Appreciate everybody in the building. I see y'all out there. Thank you. Thank you for checking out the new merch site.
oh,
I know
that's
you're gonna
right.
like that one, Franny.
Did Franny get her a cops ain't shit something?
She mentioned that the merch is definitely for every occasion. Cops ain't shit for all occasions.
Not court though, Franny. Don't wear it to court. That's right, gang. Do me a favor. Thank you very much, Latif. I appreciate that, y'all. Show love to Latif. Pushing the boutons. Appreciate it. Um, click on the merch link if you are on YouTube. Twitch. I hate to redirect you, baby, but when you get a chance, come on over here to YouTube and find the merch link. We have some cops ain't shit offerings. Oh man, I'm so excited. We got hoodies, we got crop sweatshirts. I love to see bellies out. I don't know. And again, I'm a fan of belly. So anyway, um, coffee mugs. I think there are some face masks. Perfect when you're headed to the ICE detention center. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to the ICE detention center to turn up, definitely get you a cops ain't shit mask. But real quick, so the most expensive offering I think is like $32. You guys know I'm very cost and price point conscious when it comes to, the stuff that we put out there, because y'all could just keep your money in your pocket. I appreciate it. I want it to be worth your value. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. I need y'all. We need $75 for this. Not quite. $30 on the hoodie. $32.99 I think for the crop junk. I can't remember what the coffee mug is. Fucking $15. I don't know. $10, $12. I don't know. But nothing is ridiculous. Oh, and real quick, so you guys know what a big fan I am of the buy in four shop now pay, aka digital layaway, the Klarnas, the Afterpays, etc. So there's one of these called Shop Pay, which apparently Shopify, where my store is, ran through. I don't fucking know, but Shop Pay is one of those paying for digital layaway joints. I've used Shop Pay before. To me, it's not as seamless as like Klarna or Afterpay, but I haven't had any problems with it. There's a hair product line that I get called Africa's Miracle. So when I order my hair product bundles, I usually pay for it in four via Shop Pay. The only thing I found is that they don't send the stuff right away. Like I'm like, nigga, it's been a week. Where the fuck is my hair shit? So the Shop Pay, they may delay the shipping. So, it's not Amazon. so temper your expectations. And all you older millennials and Gen X, we are the generations that grew up on delivery in 4 to 6 weeks. So I need y'all to behave yourselves. Behave yourselves, because we used to wait long time for shit to come in the fucking mail. So just pack your patience. But thanks so much. Your Cops Ain't Shit merch is available. Please go and get you some. Thanks so much. So, the extremist whites, this is like old times for them, y'all. These days that Trump has brought back to white America, for racist white America, because I know we have some of our white Fire Fam members that are not with this shit. and I hope it pisses you off. And, I hope you guys are okay with punching Nazis in the face, because that's what they need. But anyway, like they used to back in the day, white nationalist groups rally, march through Black neighborhoods. This was commonplace in areas across the country, north, south, east, west, where Black people were attempting to assert their autonomy, their economic freedom, their desire for the dismantling of the separate but equal system, and this came in the form sometimes of integration of public schools. Little Rock, Arkansas was the site of one of the biggest, largest, most what's the word I'm looking for? It was an intense desegregation struggle, in part because the 101st Airborne, the National Guard, but no, the Army niggas, actually, that's the 101st Airborne, were called into Little Rock in 1957 to escort the 9 Black students into Little Rock Central High School because the whites got violent and threatened violence to kids, to children, to teenagers, simply because they wanted to attend school. So, over the weekend, a group of white nationalists took to the streets of Little Rock. And I'm sure people in that neighborhood, and we're going to look at a little clip from what happened, but these fucking Klansmen, or grandsons of Klansmen, these neo-Nazi dipshits, actually had the audacity to have a very public march through a predominantly Black area of town. I want us to take a look at the Blood Tribe, a neo-Nazi piece of shit group of mushroom cock bastards who have not had Punani since Punani had them. And it shows. Why else are they so angry? Or they might be angry because they want the bussy and they don't want to admit to themselves that they want the bussy. Again, another reason to be angry. However, they were, at least in part, somewhat confronted by folks that were taken aback by this very outward display of blatant white nationalist racism. So let's take a look.
Get a fucking life! Fucking losers! Fucking cowards! Take the mask off, bitch! Take the mask off! Take the mask off! Let's see your face! What are you scared of? I'll cut your crown! Crack your ass, motherfucker! Mask! Tough guys? Tough guys? Take the mask off! Let's see it! Fucking cowards! You got nothing to do.
Bye-bye, kike.
Go read a book.
Man, that white power chant don't even slap. That shit sound weak as fuck. Now say black power. That shit got a whole nother heft to it. Black power, white power. Okay. That's big mom's basement energy. Yep. So that was in Little Rock, Arkansas. Now, reports said that the group, the Blood Tribe, apparently a white supremacist group. These motherfuckers are not even from Arkansas. They from Indiana. And they drove hundreds of miles through perfectly good Klan territory in the Midwest to come all the way to the Black part of town in Little Rock to march for the fuck what? Now, apparently the Little Rock police were monitoring them, says the police, and even says some leaders, like the NAACP head or the spokesperson there, agreed that the police were not escorting this group. In fact, they were monitoring them. I don't know. Members of the Black community were indeed annoyed that police, Little Rock police, gave the community no heads up that either this was happening or that they were aware of it or anything like that. So these assholes marched on Martin Luther King Boulevard. Of course, they're yes, everywhere as Martin Luther King, but they was at Martin Luther King and Daisy Bates Drive, which, as you guys, I think you guys, do you guys know that my people, my father's people are from Little Rock? That's my granny's neighborhood. It used to be, Martin Luther King used to be called High Street. I can't remember what they used to. Daisy Bates was the lady who was the guide or the point woman who helped the Little Rock 9 get organized and help their families and everything. So my point is this, like during that time of school desegregation, it was a common sight to see the Klan, to see pickup trucks filled with crackers, with rifles and shotguns hanging out of the back, threatening Black residents, threatening the entire Black community, because 9 students wanted to desegregate Little Rock Central High School. So again, these assholes, this blood tribe, they were in the neighborhood of Central High. They also reportedly marched on the Capitol, the state Capitol. I mean, the actual Capitol building. Little Rock is the capital of Arkansas. But y'all from Indiana, like Indiana was a Klan stronghold 100 years ago. Probably still fucking is. So I'm just very confused. Like, why didn't y'all do y'all little white power rally at home where there's lots of white power? Like, there's lots of white power. But this is a long held tradition for white supremacists. What fun is it to scream white power in your white ass neighborhood on your white ass block? You got to go scream white power at Black folks. That's the only way it's fun. I keep telling y'all the racisms must be euphoric. Like to be able to do the races. I mean, just the lengths that these crackers will go to intentionally be racist, to intentionally, and again, I know that nobody in that area where they marched in Lord, no one was afraid of these fucking crackers. Well, nobody's scared of them bitches. But I'm sure they were indeed perplexed and made uncomfortable by their presence, by their boldness, by their audacity. So the story was that these crackers from the blood tribe drove all the way from Indiana, I think in a box truck, U-Haul, Penske. You guys really need to review your your terms and conditions out here. Y'all out here riding around Klan members in these box trucks. So apparently the group that you just saw there re-entered a box truck and got onto the highway. That's when they were pulled over by law enforcement. That's when they were issued citations because, again, can't transport people in box trucks. So some of them were identified. I didn't pull their names, but they're out there. So if you live in Indiana and you just need confirmation that that cracker you thought was a cracker is a cracker, go cross-check their name against against those from the blood tribe that were apprehended in Little Rock, Arkansas. But here's my question, guys. I mean, when you see these real blatant displays of white nationalism, I can't even call it white power because that shit don't look powerful at all. that shit looks like you can't leave it in the sun too long or it'll start to blister. That shit looks like its legs haven't seen soap ever. That looks like that white power right there looks like when you open up the cabinet in the kitchen, it is simply salt and pepper. That's it. that's what that white power looks like. And does that kind of white strike you as powerful? Mm-mm. Does it strike you as scary? Mm-mm. No, because you know it's a bunch of pussies under the masks. I'm sorry, not pussies, because pussy is strong. A bunch of soft scrotum skin bastards under that mask. Thank you, guys. That shit reminded me of what we were seeing in Nashville. Shout out to Nat. Well, not just, I mean, lots of places, Jesus Christ. It could be DC in 2020 and 2021. Shit. And Proud Boys was coming here like they niggas was learning the metro and shit. I'm like, y'all getting too comfortable. I don't think y'all should be out here much longer. Speaking of not being out here much longer, I hope our guy, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, I hope Mr. Maduro is getting a chance to hang around and govern his country as he was duly elected to do. However, it does appear as though the Trump administration is becoming increasingly more aggressive, not only with their posture and their rhetoric, but now they have resulted to outright piracy on the high seas. I should have pulled a video, but I didn't, because I'm sure you guys have seen it. The video of Navy? Who is it? I don't fucking know. Marines? Military members rappelling from helicopters down onto this enormous oil tanker that is reported to be carrying millions of barrels of Venezuelan oil. The one report I heard believed that the tanker was destined for Nigeria. Now, for those that pay attention to such things, as I know you guys do, Venezuelan oil is sanctioned on the international market, but hey, if America don't have to follow the fucking rules, if America don't have to follow the fucking rules of not only international commerce but international criminal law, why the fuck does everybody else gotta adhere to the fucking rules that America is trying to enforce and yet at the same time does not themselves abide by? Make no mistake about it, this is the thieving of another sovereign nation's natural resources that the United States has absolutely zero entitlement to, none whatsoever. Have you guys heard any condemnation from our NATO partners? So from the EU alliance? Anybody said fuck all? Anybody? Anybody say anything about America straight up kidnapping Venezuelan sailors and stealing a enormous oil tanker? By the way, Trump very proud of the fact that they've stolen this oil tanker. And when asked, what are you going to do with the oil? Nigga was like, I don't fucking know. I guess we're going to keep it. Oh, isn't that nice? That looks like stealing. And you got a grand level. Well, of course, Mr. Maduro had some commentary about that. And just to be clear, not only do we support Nicolas Maduro as the valid and democratically elected president of Venezuela, we stand with the Venezuelan people in their ability, in their sovereign right to self-defend against an imperialist threat. We stand with the people of Venezuela to have sovereign ownership over their natural resources. And we disavow and condemn this continuous, endless war bullshit that now yet another president of the United States is determined to get us into. I just wanted to say that because I ain't no soft shoeing. No, we didn't. No. We support Venezuela. Fuck all the shit. Call him what you want. Call him a terrorist. Call him a drug czar. I don't believe he's any of those things. But anyway, let's hear from Mr. Maduro because he did have some commentary and some response to the hijacking of Venezuelan oil and the abduction of Venezuelan sailors. So let's take a listen.
Yesterday, they committed an absolutely criminal and illegal act when they proceeded to carry out a military assault, kidnapping and robbery like Pirates of the Caribbean on a private civilian commercial merchant ship.
Como piratas del Caribe a una nave mercantil, comercial, civil, privada.
A ship of peace that was assaulted almost as it was reaching the Atlantic. The crew of that ship, that vessel carrying 1.9 million barrels of oil to international markets, paid for in Venezuela, because everyone who extracts oil pays for it first. They were kidnapped. They are missing. No one knows where they are.
Están desaparecidos. Nadie sabe dónde están. Secuestraron a los tripulantes.
They kidnapped the crew. They stole the ship. They have ushered in a new era, the era of criminal naval piracy in the Caribbean.
La era de la piratería naval criminal en el Caribe.
Yesterday, they committed an absolutely criminal and illegal act when they proceeded to carry out a military assault, kidnapping and robbery like Pirates of the Caribbean on a private civilian commercial merchant ship.
There we go. Yes, very strong words coming from Nicolas Maduro. Strong and truthful words. Como el Pirates del Caribe. Like the Pirates of the fucking Caribbean. Like a goddamn Disney movie, but make it terrible, right? I am genuinely, genuinely concerned about the welfare of these sailors. the mainstream media keeps talking about the seizure of the oil tanker. We got, there's all this oil. What about the people on board? Are they being treated as captives? Are they POWs? Will they be brought back to the United States to face charges? Will they be held in ICE detention, waiting to be deported back, maybe to Venezuela, or God forbid, parts on that? Like, what the fuck is actually going on? And I want to center the lives and the well-being of the people on this boat, on this oil tanker, just like the lives of the 80 plus fishermen who have been obliterated on the high seas by U.S. military forces. Like, this wholesale disregard for human life, I know it is a feature of the United States and their imperialist foreign policy, but it's something that we can't ever normalize. Like, this shit is not regular. This shit is not normal. Even under so-called, let's say, Western-based maritime law, right? That you're breaking all the rules. Like, this is not how this shit is supposed to go. And who is here to stop Trump? Who is here to condemn Trump? So I saw something I'm going to share with you guys, and I want to preface it by saying this is unconfirmed and unverified, and I encourage you to seek your own sources and see whether or not what I'm about to say is accurate. With that said, I've seen unconfirmed reports that Russian missile technology is being moved into Venezuela surreptitiously. Like, I don't know if it's the Wagner group. I don't know if it's straight up Russian Federation, IDK. But word on the internet streets is that Russia is moving its missile launching capabilities into Venezuela, which is an opportunity that Russia, and more specifically Putin, probably isn't going to pass up. Okay? To have the opportunity to move missile armaments into the Western Hemisphere in striking distance potentially of the mainland United States, I think could be the opportunity at a little bit of proxy war get back that the United States, number one, is not ready for, and Russia is like, yeah, bitch. Remember Ukraine? remember all that shit y'all sent Ukraine? Oh, y'all sent Ukraine all the fly shit, all the big yappers. Y'all broke them off with drone technology. Remember all that shit? Yeah, buddy. Guess who's Bazak? Now, for those that pay more close attention to, Russia's foreign policy, my question is, if Russia is indeed moving military armaments into Venezuela, how come they're not moving them into Cuba, right? They already got big time relations with Cuba. You know what I mean? There's an established partnership there. I don't know. But maybe Cuba isn't under imminent invasion in the same way that Venezuela is. So Russia said, if we do a proxy war, we can help. we can totally help you with that, Nicolas Maduro. We got you on some proxy war shit. Russia's over there rubbing up their mittens, waiting to start hitting. Now, if you live in the southeastern United States, maybe that's not the news that you want to hear. I live in proximity to DC. Trust you me, baby. It's threat level high in the back of your mind on a constant basis. So I'm not wishing nothing bad on nobody, because I know where I live. I know where how far the blast zone, if they were to hit downtown with a nuclear bomb, by the way. Oh yeah, man. It's not gonna look good for your girl. But southeastern United States, the estimated, what's the name of that one Russian missile? It's called a Iskander. Iskander missile, yes, Iskander missile, yes. It fly from Caracas and hit Miami 11 minutes. Yes, that's it. It only take 11 minutes to fire Iskander missile from Caracas and hit Miami. Go boom. Don't fuck around. I'm telling you, Trump and them out here starting shit that they are not ready to stop or they are not ready to combat. And I'm telling y'all, get your plans together. That's all I can say. Make your arrangements. But we want to, again, shout out to Mr. Maduro. Big shout outs to Mr. Petro of Colombia. Mr. Petro came out and condemned the seizure of the Venezuelan oil and called it thievery. And Mr. Petro said, in Spanish, of course, but they had a translation, thank God. But he said, well, there you go. Like they stole an oil tanker. That tells you exactly what they're here to steal, the oil. This shit ain't about drugs. This shit ain't about coke, fentanyl, nothing. This shit is about the biggest drug that the American economy depends upon, and that is indeed oil. So hopefully an invasion of Venezuela will not happen. The United States might figure out that this is not the fight that they want to have. Shout out to Russia. Shout out to Nick E for your Cash App support. I cannot express how awesome that is. And I certainly appreciate it, gang. I know it's approaching the holiday season. It's hard times. Maybe it's just hard time. No, I think a lot of people are having hard times. So I get it, but I have to put it out there. I am obliged. And if you choose to support materially, eternal thanks. And if you choose not to, eternal thanks, because you're still spending time with me here, spending your thoughts, spending your energy, building fellowship in the chat with the Fire Fam. So everything is appreciated. Everything is valuable. But if you want to send the kind that folds, we appreciate the kind of jingles, but we love the kind of folds. BIDWKB on Cash App, on Venmo, paypal.me/BIDWKB, patreon.com/BIDWKB. And of course, you can run the super chat. But of course, my pimp Google. I answered the two pimps on YouTube, unfortunately. YouTube and Google, they want 30%. I'm like, bitch, how many tricks I gotta turn in order for me to get a profit? Y'all taking 30%. That's a lot of tricking. Shit.
Real quick, want to thank Franny, aka 2Fs, for her super chat. Thank you, Franny. Franny says, isn't today some portal day? Question mark. 12/12 question mark. Hugs and kisses, Kim. XO Kim.
Thank you, Francis. I think you're right, Franny. There is something to the double. If I say double mnemonic, am I even using the right words? Is that the right word? Probably not. But yeah, the double numbers. There's something to that, Franny. I am not advanced in my number or numerology knowledge to give you any sort of interpretation that would mean anything. So the short answer is yes, I do think it's a portal day. Now, what you do with it, baby, I don't know. But Franny, guess what? Guess who'll be here next Friday? Our boys, or whatever they are, 3i Atlas. 3i Atlas gonna be here next week. Everybody got their party hats. Go ahead and pack your suitcase. No, see, I feel I'm trying. When I think about 3i Atlas, I'm kind of wavering when I hear myself talk about it. I'm like, I kind of sound like a rapturist. I kind of sound like them people that was selling all their shit because they thought the rapture was coming, and then the rapture didn't come, and then they was homeless and shit, and then they didn't have no cars because they didn't gave all their shit away. I have no intentions of doing anything like that, but I'm anticipating something, and maybe it'll be nothing. I don't think it's coincidental that the astronomers have been saying for several weeks now that 3i Atlas will make its closest pass to the Earth on December 19th. Coincidentally, December 19th is the same day that the Trump administration claimed that they would release the Epstein files. Put your tinfoil hat on for me for a second. Let's go. So, but I assume tinfoil hat on that of course the Trump administration know the 3i Atlas is popping up on the 19th. And of course they would announce that the Epstein files would be released on the 19th, because when the aliens show up, you niggas is going to be like, Epstein who? the Epstein what? There's a mothership in the air. Ain't nobody going to give a fuck about Jeffrey Epstein, because the mothership will arrive. Now, is George Clinton going to be on it? We can only hope so. I don't think that's a coincidence, but I have a nice assortment of tinfoil hats in the room. So don't listen to me.
KJ Sukuma says them aliens might have their hard hats. LOL.
Listen, I listen. It's gonna be nasty work because humans are vicious. So I know all of our bad traits are likely very well known to whoever is on 3i Atlas. They are not like it is a one-way dissemination of information when it comes to 3i Atlas. Like, they know all about us. I'm sure we know nothing about them. It's getting kind of hectic.
It's no shame in being tinfoil hat prepared. You know what I mean? No shame in that. And
no,
even if you want to take it a little bit, it's be more than tinfoil hat prepared. Be prepared for the fallout. I wouldn't sell all my shit, but I definitely would get a nice tinfoil hat. You know what I mean? Don't need my brain waves red or disfigured before I get a chance to ask some primary questions.
Too late. First of all, I've been asking. Again, I'm having one-way conversation. Franny knows exactly what I'm talking about. We're having one-way conversations with 3i Atlas. I'm like, so just make a left on Bladensburg Road, and I'm gonna be outside. I'm gonna be out there. Just be looking for me, 3i Atlas, please. Lateef, what is the best way for me to send you a clip? Should I put it on the doc, or should I send it to you in a DM?
Put it on the doc.
Okay, hold on, because I just realized I ran out of clips. And I feel like my folks is here. So hold on. I want to show y'all something else. But I need a moment. Hold on. I'm sorry. There was there's a couple of updates on some stories that I've been looking at. Remember that Chicago cop that got killed on the job? Her name was Crystal Rivera. She was shot by her partner. Her family just filed a lawsuit because the decedent and the accused shooter had a relationship. What? And let me pull that up, actually, because this lady she ended up with a bullet in her back, and the guy who shot her remains uncharged, which is crazy work. Hold on, give me a second. I'm sorry. Oh, I save all kinds of things on TikTok, from recipes. I follow Prepper Talk very closely. I encourage you to tap into Prepper Talk as well. I also follow, who do I follow? Obviously I get a lot of news, local news from across the country. Cops ain't shit stuff always pops up. I get people cussing out ICE. Love that. Oh, guess what else I found on TikTok? A new genre. I found the animal communicators. Put your other tinfoil hat on. Hold on. Hear me out. Hear me out. So, there are people that claim to be pet psychics, and they say that they can communicate with animals who are both living and dead. And I listened to some of these women. There's one sister, one young black woman, and these two white women's that I follow. It sounds plausible. It sounds plausible. You guys know, obviously, Breezy and Bagheera have gone on up the yonder, but the dog that I had with my ex, his name is Smokey. Smokey is 8, almost 9, and obviously he's with my ex, and I miss Smokey very much. I get to visit Smokey sometimes, but I want to know what Smokey's thoughts are. My mother says Smokey is a child of divorce. So I would like to know what's on Smokey's mind. So I'm deeply considering reaching out to one of these animal communicators and scheduling a session. And I can feel the judgment radiating from the chat. I feel like some of y'all, not all y'all, Franny understands. Sweary Fairy understands. Lovely Lady understands. Chichi Matcha understands. Some of y'all might be judging me though. I don't know. I'm
Judy
sorry.
Martin says, I got a story about Westmore. It's been keeping some interesting company.
Where is that? Who Westmore? Who Cantaloupe Head been hanging out with? We know he hangs out with the bad billionaires. Is there more?
We're on standby. What you got, Judy Martin?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Y'all waiting for me. Hold on. I'm deeply. Well, this is some good news. Hold on. I'll take this one. Chichi Mancha, this is for you.
And you can send it best way possible.
Hmm? Oh, okay.
Doc
Well,
or message, whichever one is more convenient for you.
I appreciate it. Give me 1 second. Thank you so much to everybody that is watching the struggle show. Thank you so much to our Twitch community, to my wonderful niece Rosalba, to my sister Northern Witch, D slapping crackers since 65. I'm sure, Dee, I'm sure you have put pause on somebody. I believe that. New Orleans gas station owner locks out ICE. It is the last.
Sherry wanted to mention, she says, Kim, you should follow What About Bunny? It features a poodle who uses word buttons.
Oh, wow.
Y'all getting too deep for me. Y'all is really too deep for me. Word buttons?
I'm telling you, Smokey has thoughts. Smokey has things that's been on his mind that he would like to share. And I want to know what it is. But also, the animal communicators claim to be able to speak with animals in spirit as well. So, you know, I feel like you guys remember Ghost, the movie Ghost, when Whoopi Goldberg is doing the seance, everybody's lined up in the room waiting to get their reading from their loved one on the other side. Orlando, you like my hair color? It's autumn sunrise. That's gonna be me. Bagheera. Anyway, let me know, Lateef, when you are ready for that. And gang, I wanted to express, you know, it's the holiday season. I know we got some atheists, but I know some of y'all that feel familial guilt and you do the religious practices. So in advance, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, word to the gods on Kwanzaa, and shout out to my folks who do Chinese New Year, because I just learned that this coming Chinese New Year, it's the year of the horse. Do you guys know who's the horse? I'm the horse. And it's the year of the fire horse too. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We're going to tap in. So this will be a somewhat of a good news story, because basically this young man, I don't know if this is Kenner Chichimacha, but this is in the New Orleans metro area where I showed up and the kid told him to kick fucking rocks, and we love it.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
Got it. Boop. I like this story. Again, it's about small victories, gang, small victories sometimes, but it could be a major victory too. Can't hear it, Lateef, you got it?
Davis was helping. Saturday, Wayne Davis was helping a customer when two unmarked SUVs pulled up to Brothers Convenience Store on Veterans. He watched as a group of Border Patrol agents got out.
So the customer asked me, said, "That's ICE?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh."
So from behind the counter, Davis locked the door.
And they're trying to open it, and they're looking at me like, "What's going on?"
That's when he started recording. In the video, you can hear him taunting the agents through the window.
"You want some chicken? You ain't getting it here, bro."
After a moment, he realizes one of the agents appears to be Gregory Bovino, the commander of Border Patrol himself.
"Dang, you don't want to show your face now? I know you can hear me."
A new state law makes it a crime to interfere with federal immigration enforcement. But attorney Michael Cahagan believes that wouldn't apply here. In general, he says businesses can keep people out.
Yeah, it's their property. It's their private property. Them forbidding you from coming in is not the same as preventing them from doing their job.
Cahagan says agents can only force their way onto private property with a specific type of warrant.
And they need to go to a state or a federal judge and get a search warrant to arrest somebody inside the building signed by a judge after a probable cause hearing.
Davis knew that. Since this Border Patrol operation was announced, he says he's been researching what rights businesses have, just in case agents showed up.
I'm not going to let them do what they think they can do because they can't. You know, there's laws that everyone has to obey by.
He says that since that first visit, as far as he knows, Border Patrol agents haven't come back to the gas station.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
If they do, he plans to keep them out again.
And I'm not afraid of them. They want to come back. I'm ready for it. You know, and if they come in the store, I already know what I'm going to say.
Monday, we reached out to the Department of Homeland Security, asking if they could tell us why those agents were at the store. Rachel Handley, WWL, Louisiana.
And I back from the DHS about why they were at that gas station.
Saturday, Wayne Davis was
Wayne Davis, man amongst boys out here. Big up to Wayne out of New Orleans. I don't know. Is that New Orleans? Did they say New Orleans or Kenner? Regardless, Louisiana, we love to see it. And I appreciate that Wayne told the reporter that he took the time to educate himself about the laws and, you know, what he is required to comply with, or what jurisdiction that ICE or any other law enforcement for that matter, what rights they have to trespass on private property, to try, you know what I'm saying? And that it just takes a couple Google searches, y'all, a couple clicks, fuck it, even a couple TikTok searches. Just drop it in TikTok. Drop your query in the TikTok search bar and TikTok will return an answer, right? And this is what we need to encourage more lay people in the community. Everybody thinks that, you know, you got to be a part of a legal organization or immigrants' rights group or civil rights organization or No, it's going to take regular ass people that work at gas stations, people that work at restaurants, people who are white collar workers, bus drivers, and blue collar workers. Like, it's going to take everybody to do what we can to keep our neighbors safe. But we also got to keep that same energy when we are seeing Black folks being stopped and harassed and abducted and brutalized, right? And I appreciate people following the ICE caravans around. I mean, if and when this type of operations ever does go away, which I'm not sure it will in the immediate future, but I'm telling you, we need to keep the same energy, the same cop watch energy in other marginalized, occupied by law enforcement neighborhoods, right? Like, people should be following Metropolitan Police around Southeast. Just follow them niggas. just see where they go. In the same way that people are following ICE caravan, you know what I'm saying? And again, hold on. Shout out to Louisiana, because I've seen it. I've seen a lot of community engagement, a lot of community rapid response teams. But this is a real crisis nationwide, but sticking with Louisiana here for a second, because so many people who have, you know, the questionable documentation saw everything that occurred in Chicago, everything that occurred in DC, New York, LA, Charlotte. So when this Operation Catahoula Crunch, I hate these people so bad. I hate them so bad. They're so corny. This operation, when it was launched, the community had pretty good advance notice of it, and people are sheltering in place. Okay, people are staying home, people are not going to work, people are not going to the store, people are not sending their children to school. Okay, but as a result, people are running out of supplies, they're running out of food, they're running out of baby formula. They need more mutual aid to respond to the threat, right? And it's sad that people have to really hide out. They got to hide out in their homes so they don't get kidnapped. But this is the reality in which we live. Like, this is America right now in the 21st century. And this is America's latest iteration of capturing, kidnapping people that are not white, and just doing whatever they feel like to them, being as cruel to them as they want to be, disregarding their family structures, disregarding the lives that they have built for themselves, disregarding the law. I mean, this is unhinged shit, the latest version of it. And I appreciate when people, ordinary people, take the time to stand up and say no, and even do a little taunting and humiliation. Again, Wayne Davis, a whole king out here, locked the gas station doors from behind the counter and then put the camera right in Greg Bovino's face. You want some chicken, nigga? You ain't gonna get none here. And that's the other thing. Like, no, law enforcement is not welcome everywhere. And if you have authority over any space, retail space, eating space, if you yourself have control over who can come and who can go, make sure that law enforcement, and in particular these, but all of them really, because all cops are ICE at this point. All of these cops are working hand in hand with ICE deportation enforcement, whatever, the flagrant kidnapping of people. Regular cops, PD cops are working hand in hand. So all cops are ICE, and ICE is the Gestapo. So all cops are the Gestapo. Start normalizing excluding law enforcement from your spaces, or spaces that you might have some influence as to who comes and goes. Cops can't be welcome anywhere. And if you happen to be someplace where they are, do what you can to make them uncomfortable within the limits of the law. Record them. Tell them at a distance what you think about their activities, what you think about the job that they're doing. Let them know. This type of wearing down psychologically on the minds and consciousness of these assholes. And now, to be clear, I do not think that people who have volunteered to be ICE or who have signed up to be police, I don't think they have much of a conscience, because I think that obviously is part of the job. You have to have some level of psychopathy in order to be brought on as a member of law enforcement. So there's that. But I'm telling you, they are not equipped, nor are they ready, nor are they expecting this level of social condemnation that they have been receiving. The one that, again, shout out to the one that OD'd on fentanyl. He did the right thing. I mean, he saw the writing on the wall. He did the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so that was him. But then a number of these other ICE agents have been charged recently in a variety of crimes, ranging from trying to set up a R-word session, I can only imagine, with a minor. Another was recently arrested, I want to say in Cincinnati or in the Ohio area, for choking out a woman. Now, granted, they probably be doing all this shit anyway, because, again, the nature of the job is to be a fucking psycho, misogynist, racist piece of shit. But I'm telling you, this pressure, These insults, these constant barrage. I'm sure these motherfuckers go to their hotel rooms and all they hear is whistles. And they sleep. All they hear is whistles, honking horns, and fuck you, Nazi, right? All ringing in their ears. Okay. They're going to start mass unaliving themselves. Watch what I tell you. In the next 6 months, we're going to hear stories, multiple stories of these ice pigs taking out the trash themselves. And we will applaud. Gang, on that note, I'm going to set you free. I'm going to turn you loose. Thank you so much, Swery Ferris. Thank you so much, Holly Horn. KJ Sakuma, thank you. Chichi Macha, thank you. Manny Briggs, thank you so much. Lovely lady, thank you so much. Schultz, thank you so much. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm relying on the old memory here. You know that's shaky. Nobody's here, friends. Thank you. Thank you, baby. Who else we got in here, Latif? Thanks again to Latif for pushing the boutons.
You know, all our day ones is in here. We got. Don't forget about Swear Fair, Chitty Marching, Nobody Has Been Franny Fran. I see no who's 4 eyes to killing you. Welcome, 4 eyes to killing you. Balancing act. Welcome. Ode to John Trudell. KJ Puma. Dre with or without.
Peace. Dre, with or without, we caught you on Saturdays with Renee, big homie. Excellent, solid appearance, wonderful information.
Great work.
Excellent contribution to the platform. Thank you, Dre, with or without.
No, don't let me forget the vertical streams. I believe Sela's over there. Holly is over there. Schultz C1 Hundo is over there. But it loses me when I keep going back and forth. It just starts to mesh up together. Thank everybody for joining.
Absolutely. Thank you, Latif, for pushing the boutons. Thank you again to Will and Molly per usual. And we'll see you guys back here on Tuesday. Again, don't forget, Cops Ain't Shit merch with your name on it. With your name on it. And let me say this, y'all. I did think about, like, you know, tracking and shit. Like, I'm thinking, like, oh, well, the surveillance cameras are going to be all over somebody wearing a Cops Ain't Shit mask to the protest. So my suggestion is, if you do decide to get one and you go wear it, you know, to an action, bring 2 masks. You wear that one when you in the cop's face, but when you about to get back on the bus, you switch your mask out. So when they stop the bus looking for the person with the Cops Ain't Shit mask, you don't know what they're talking about. I don't know. This should say Buffalo Bills. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. All right. So anyway, I'm just thinking in that direction. But thank you all so much for all the support. Nick E, thank you so much for your Cash App support. Francis, thank you so much for your thing that you sent, the super chat. Thank you, baby. So I'll see y'all back here Tuesday. Don't forget, Black Liberation Media, Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Saturdays with Renee. So please don't forget to support the big homie Renee on Saturdays with Renee. It's a great show. Black Liberation Media. Please go over there, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll holler at y'all next week. Be safe.